time for some girl power. Hello worlds, what's up? Hope you're good. So today I'm gonna talk about Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. The book was rated 4.09 by almost 900 people on GoodReads. I rated 4 stars and I'm gonna explain you why now. First I want to say I'm filming this. I got this book in my FairyLoot box, but the book's gonna be out in July 31st, I believe. So that's why a lot of people haven't rated yet, so that's the reason. This is obviously a YA as usual. I really should mix it up a little bit, but this is a YA fantasy book and I want to say girl power. So actually I read this book for a read attempt, and when I made the video, my TBR is going to be over there, you're going to see that my summary of the plot was actually super bad. I didn't understand what the plot was about, but now I can tell you a little bit more. So we're gonna follow the story of two sisters, Nomi and Serena. Serena was raised to become the next craze of the heir of the empire, of the kingdom, of about whatever. So she was raised to be like the perfect woman who doesn't say a word except if she's asked to do so. She learned how to be pretty, how to stand well, how to dance, how to eat, etc, etc. So she's meant to live in a castle. And then you have Nomi. She was raised to be her sister's aide or servant or whatever the word you're using. She's kind of rebel and I want to say very curious, and she doesn't believe that the woman should only do that. I mean, she believes she should have a choice, which is so interesting in this book because the two sisters were raised by the same parents, but they're totally different, and I totally love that. Everything doesn't go well, obviously. So strong women who are not afraid to start a fight. I'm all in. I'm all in for some girl power and feminism. Like, we need more of that, I feel like, but not the extreme one, like just the okay one, and especially in books. As I said earlier, so Serena and Nomi are fighting against a system who doesn't allow women to have rights, to have a say or a word, anything, a voice. And I was so scared that it will be so cliche, like women constantly fighting against men, against the system, and always losing or always taking the same path and everything. And I was so scared it would be so predictable, and it kind of was predictable, but in a nice way. So I expected some stuff to happen. It actually happened, but in a different kind of way. So I really loved that, and everything in there kind of made sense except for the little touch of romance. So there is some romance in it, and I feel like that's why I gave it a 4 stars and not a 5 stars. It was useless. I didn't see the point of adding some romance in it, but I can understand it because it looks like it has to be in YA in every single book. Yeah, I didn't see it being useful for the story, so that was just a little bit like disappointing. It wasn't that cliche. They were strong and fierce and everything, so I really love that. The characters were deep and relatable, but not relatable at the same time, because what they were living wasn't actually what you will live. Actually, you could, but differently. The romance was kind of useless, but all the betrayals and everything happening in there and the survival made me almost forget about that detail. If I could summarize this book in a few words, I would say sisterhood, willpower, and survival. How could you possibly live constantly with a survival mind? And actually the answer is in this book. Like, you have to have a goal, and you have to be strong, and to have a strong mind and everything, and you could go over it, you could destroy that system and everything. And that's what I loved about that book, because it was relatable. You could apply some stuff in there in real life. Some twists were predictable and I wish they weren't, but I still really enjoyed it. If I had to choose one of the two sisters, I will go for Nomi, because from the beginning she believes that women should have a choice. She believes that she should have a choice. I really loved her because she was fierce and she was stubborn and everything, and she was so smart. And also, one thing, she could actually read, because in that world, women are not allowed to learn how to read. That's super sad. She's a very smart girl surrounded by a stupid man. If I could summarize it that way, that's what I would say, like, and I just did. Sasha, come on. Serena is the total opposite. She accepts everything. For her, it's normal that she has to be like a servant or a trophy, and she believes that women, they don't have anything to say and they shouldn't be able to say anything. That's how it works, always have and always will in her head. She just wants to be a Grace so she could live in the hair palace, when Nomi wants to be free and to run between the trees. So yeah, what I really loved about it is like the two sisters were totally different, but going through the book, so they didn't understand each other at the beginning, and while reading it they started to feel differently. They experienced some very difficult situation and everything, and they will start to see stuff, etc., and they will start to understand why the other were thinking another way. So Nomi will understand why her sister always wanted to be a Grace, and Serena will start to understand why her sister was always against the system. So that was for me amazingly done, and that's why I gave it so many stars. I think that was the strongest part of the book. I really love that character development, the fact that they will learn how to survive out of their comfort zone. It was very strong in the book, and it was all about that, which I totally loved. Because they were living in different worlds. One was living in a palace, the other one in a prison, and they were both like fighting against the system, against the society, against men, and they were both realizing that women shouldn't be treated like that. They should have a voice, they should fight. And actually, if the men are doing it that way, it's because they're afraid of women. So, oh no, it was so brilliantly done. It's a very short book. I don't remember how many pages, 310. So you can read it pretty rapidly, I want to say. So if you're into like feminism, girl power, if you love character-driven story, because I felt like it was in some kind character-driven with the character development. There is a lot happening, but at the same time not. But you could be on the edge all the time. I mean, it was a very interesting book. I didn't expect to read it. I love the fact that the main subject wasn't a romance, which is usually the case. Even if there is some romance, as I said earlier, it's not the main point. I really love the two sisters. I really love how they grew up. I'm really intrigued by the second book, because there is going to be a second book. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or whatever, but also something why I didn't give it 5 stars. I feel like the author should have just added 100 more pages to make it like a standalone, because I don't see actually another 300 pages book for the next step, you know what I mean, following this book. I don't see it being that useful. I mean, 100 more pages would have been enough. But that's just me being picky and being annoying. So was short book, short review. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please let me know if you read that book, or if you have any kind of girl power book that you will recommend to me. I will be interested in that as well. So thank you for watching again. Take care. See you soon. Bye.